Hey Page Penguins, it's Miss Hernandez, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to create and design your own name tag. The big idea here is how do artists express their individuality? And today our project was inspired by a book called Teach Us Your Name. This story is about a girl named Karima Leah Sinadine. And she hated her name because it was so long and people had a really tough time saying it. Until one day she went to her country and found out actually how unique and important her name really was. And she taught others how to say her name properly. Today we're going to be celebrating our names by creating a name tag. Today's objective is students will be able to combine lines, shapes, and materials to design a unique name tag. Here we have Lauren Hum. She's known for her bright, colorful palettes and her playful letter form, meaning that when she creates her letters, she tries to use many different kinds of lines and shapes to give them a little bit of a pop. She also likes to make sure that her letters are super colorful. If you're noticing the tray near the top, she even has practiced her letters using cookie dough. When she is using her letters, when she's creating her artwork, she likes to fill up her background with different lines and shapes. She usually does not like to leave it completely empty. Now, how to make your name tag shine? You need to consider using different kinds of lines, shapes, and materials. Maybe paper, found objects like buttons, maybe you're going to add some animals or pictures, or maybe you're going to change up that color. A line is a dot that moves across the page. Ways that you can change up your lines when designing your name tag is maybe you're going to repeat the lines or change the direction. Maybe you're going to alter the thickness of the lines. Consider Zentangles. Look at the different kinds of lines on those charts and repeat them in many different ways. Changing up the shape. A shape is an enclosed space usually outlined by a line. You can range between geometric and organic shapes. Geometric shapes are usually squares, triangles, circles, something that's easily identifiable. Organic shapes, on the other hand, are usually free form and often one of a kind. Sometimes they end up looking like blobs. A different way to play with shapes is actually changing the shape of your letters and turning them either into bubble or block letters. What I usually do is I write out my word, making sure that the letters are a little more separated than usual. Then I take my marker or my pencil and I start to trace around it. And sometimes for the letters A, R, and O, you might need a little circle in the center. When I'm using bubble letters, I use nice curvy lines. And when I'm done tracing my letters, I use my finger or I use my erasers to erase that center line. And voila, I have ended up with bubble letters. Now for my friends that want to make the block letters, I start out with the same exact step where I write my words and I make sure my letters are a little separated. Then using straight lines, I start to trace around my letters. I want to make sure that this time I'm not using any curved lines, except for right here in the R. I usually like to end my letters with either straight lines or points. After I've traced it, I erase the center line and I end up with some block letters this time. When you change up the materials, you're able to use art supplies, recycled materials, or even found objects. If you're looking at these photos, some people have used objects they found outside, such as sticks, flower petals, and leaves. Others have found old comic books and cut them out into their letters. And others have used their actual art supplies, arranged them into the letters for their name. Can you think of another material you could use to create your name tag? When you're designing your name tag, keep this in mind. Your name should be large enough so it's easy to read. Your name should be the main focus, and it shouldn't be off to the side. Your design should fill up your space as much as possible with maybe lines, shapes, and other materials. Your name should be colored very carefully, and it shouldn't be scribbled. And you should definitely do your best. In this example, do you think I took my time? Do you think my name is big enough for the paper? Does it look neat or messy? Does it look like I did my best? Wow, I think I did a much better job in this one. My name is way bigger and it's full of color. I added polka dots everywhere with some of the red sparkly shapes. And I also colored in the white background with yellow color pencil. When you're done with your artwork, it's best to check in with this checklist. It helps make sure that you did your best. When you're done, snap a photo and turn it into the class discussion board so that we can see what we were able to come up with and share it with others. Having a difficult time decorating your full name? Kindergartners and first graders are allowed to decorate the first letter of their name. You can find printable alphabet worksheets on the Google slide, as well as a link at the bottom of the discussion board. Remember, friends, when you're creating your name tags, have fun and get creative.